Everyone. I hope you are all doing well whenever this live stream finds you. I have Bob with me today, and I brought him on here today. Hey, Bob,
Hey, Sheri.
because I wanted to talk to you all about how to spot the signs from your pets, your lovely fur babies who are in heaven. I recently did a mediumship reading for Bob as his mother passed away last month, correct? In
Correct.
December?
Yeah.
Yes. And so I am one of those mediums. I normally don't have mediumship readings for pets, but sometimes your pets will come through. And recently, it's been happening quite often. So when I did Bob's session, reconnecting him with his mother a month ago, his dog, actually both of them, one from, was it your childhood pet, Cinnamon?
Yes.
Yeah, Cinnamon came through as well as his other pet, Cody, and my little fur baby, Madison, she came through as well. So I thought it was interesting how his pets came through, how mine came through as well, how they communicated from heaven, where they were in heaven, and what it looked like for them. So I'm going to start TikTok here. We are live here as well with Instagram. So, oh, I forgot to open the chat box for you guys. Let me know where you're watching this live stream from, or even this replay from here in the chat box. I'm going to say, hey, let me know how you're doing and where you're watching us from. So let's get TikTok going before we dive into this. So I'm really excited. Let me know too in the comments if you have a pet who has recently passed away, or even a pet from your childhood. You could have had a hamster, a goldfish, a turtle, a ferret, a cat, a dog. It doesn't matter what kind of pet you have had, a snake, even a tarantula. They will come through and simply say hi and let you know that they are just like your loved ones. They are safe, they are okay, and they can still and will watch over you as well. Hey, Jason, a turtle or a hamster once you pick a dinosaur. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, hold on real quick. Let's get Bob. Can you see the comments over here?
No, I might have to click on a button.
Okay, I just wanted to see on your end if you could see. All right,
No.
guys, we're gonna get TikTok going live here with
Yeah.
us. One,
Yeah. Now I can see. Jason Hill said a turtle. Yeah, or a hamster once you pick something dinosaur homey.
okay, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, let's get TikTok going. I'm so excited. So excited for this one. It's been quite the adventure with readings, but it's been so interesting and intriguing. So again, let me know. Like I said, I've had a couple of pets who have passed away, a couple little dogs, two cats as well. And every once in a while they will hop in, say hello. And what is so interesting is their energy is just like ours. And it really, oh, there's spirit. I have the REM pod over here on the shelf. So you guys, right here, which is the spiritual energy detector. So you guys could see heaven is all around us and your loved ones are. What's up, TikTok? How are you guys doing? So I'm making this live stream today about how to spot signs from your pets in heaven. So cool. So I have Bob here live streaming with me on Instagram and YouTube, and I wanted to bring Bob here today because I did a reading for him a month ago when his mom passed away, and his dog and his childhood dog came through, as well as mine. My little dog, Madison, she came through with him, and I just could not believe it. I was so shocked. I haven't heard or seen my little baby in a long time, and how Bob's mom came through with both of our pets and even his childhood pet as well.
Well,
And
I would say Madison and Cody have been buds since they both passed away. Like I see them all the time playing and
yes,
running in a green, in like just beautiful green meadow. But
right.
what's really interesting with Cody was the a couple days after my mom passed away. Um, I was watching football game with my son,
Hmm.
and he mentioned something about the green grass or something. I don't remember exactly. And all of a sudden, like that's how I always see Cody. Cody came through, and
Right.
in my mind, like he's like Grammy's here. So he was literally
Oh,
telling me that my
yes.
mom was there and everything's okay, and whatever. So it was kind of really neat. I mean, he comes through all the time with messages, and
Yes. He
I can
does
see.
reach out to you a lot. Bob was briefly just letting us know here on YouTube how his dog came through and let him know that his mom was around. He said, Grammy is here. And he was like, what? Wow, this is so cool. So let me know, TikTok, do you have any pets? Any of you guys have any pets who are heaven? Hi, Theo. How are you doing? How are
Yeah.
you guys? Hi, Bree. Hi,
And
Ryan, Andrea.
over here we have
Awesome.
over here we have Yo YB. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a good day.
All's been
Jake
good.
Jake Smith. I think her eyeshadow looks phenomenal. So I don't know why you're questioning it. And Merlin, hi. And oh, we have another question from
Awesome. Oh,
our,
yeah. Listen, let the trolls troll. Who cares?
yeah,
Anyways,
he's
but let's
trolling.
get back to this and jump into this. All right. So, what I found so absolutely incredible was the fact that my little dog came through during a session for your mom. His mom has never met my pets. Me and Bob's not mom, we never met. I knew of Bob's mother, because I knew she was getting ready to pass away, but I didn't know him, or excuse me, I didn't know his mother on a personal level, never met her face to face. So whenever we started his session, she came through, she walked through the door with my little dog, with Bob's dog, and Cinnamon, his childhood pet. And what was so interesting, and like I said, just it blew my mind, was our pets are able to communicate to us just like your loved ones are communicating to us in heaven. So we communicate the same way. Here in the physical realm, your pets, of course, can't just let you and start speaking English or Spanish or Italian, right? But they communicate to us through energy, telepathically. Like we look at our pets, we know when they're hurt, when they're hungry. Oh, there's Spirit. Can you hear the REM pod going off? Spirit is here to confirm. But yes, you guys, our pets, talk to us through energy. Like I was saying, they show us signs. They let us know when they have to go potty, or they scratch at the door. They, claw at their food bowl when they're hungry, or they meow, or they bark. What your pet needs, because here in the physical realm, we speak telepathically, energetically. But whenever your pet goes to heaven, like whenever your loved ones do, and we will someday, they speak totally different, the way they communicate. And I thought it was so interesting because at first I didn't know it was Cinnamon, his childhood dog, because the soul, Cinnamon's soul, was coming through to me just like his mom was. And I tripped out because I smelt him first. I smelt cinnamon, and he kept saying cinnamon, cinnamon in my head. And I told Bob on his reading, I'm smelling cinnamon, cinnamon. And he was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, because that was our childhood dog. And I'm like, no ways. So, and I couldn't see his dog at first. I just smelling it and hearing the name. And then I kind of sat back and I was like, wait a minute. I thought this was like a human soul. So our pets, their souls are very similar to ours. And the way they transition over to heaven is the same way we do. So when our soul and your pets, when it's time for us to leave our physical body here and go back home to heaven, their soul will leave their body, and they go through that transitional phase, that life review phase, which we could still energetically connect to them, just like your loved ones during that transitional time. But they go through the same thing that we do, and they can communicate so much more. But it's like having his mother talk, and it was that feeling. And I thought it was so cool to experience that. So yes, our pets, our pet, can you believe it? They have that life transitional period where they can see how their life was, just like we do. They get to see, like I always say, the good parts, the bad, the painful parts, the ugly parts. Let's say you found your pet was a stray, and they see all of their life, how horrible and awful it was up until you found them and you took them in their home. And these things they will show, just like Bob's mom was showing a little bit about her life. They show the same thing. And they go to the heavenly realms just like we do. So your pets, they're not off in another separate place. Their heaven is just like our heaven. And they're all together. And if your friends, say they could be with one of your good friends, your best friend's pets, or maybe another loved one, or a relative, whoever is in heaven. So they're never alone, and they're always with you, and they are also with other family members. Could be, if you don't have family, if you have a best friend or somebody that you're close to, they will be with them and you. Isn't that so freaking cool? I thought it was just incredible. So incredible. What did you think about that, Bob?
It was really cool. That I mean, at that point, I knew that my mom had crossed. But the fact that
They're your
they're like,
mom.
yeah, they're like they're like a family. I mean, they're just like a family up there, like they are down here. What was really interesting or cool was Cody passed away in 2019, so this was maybe 6 months later, and I was talking to him, and I was like, "Have you met Cinnamon?" And he was kind of like, "Kind of." And I was like, "What do you mean, kind of?" And I was going through it in my mind, and I started thinking that Cody and Cinnamon had the same personality. They were both
Right.
feisty, they were both smart, the whole thing. And then I was like, it came through like, "Are you Cinnamon?" And he was like,
Right.
"Yes." So Cinnamon's soul came back as Cody,
Right.
which is what
Yeah, that's
happens with pets. Pets a lot, their soul will come back as your next pet. And
yes, that can definitely happen.
that is why you're guided to pick out that actual dog or cat or whatever, is because you're it's that same soul, um that
Right.
that and they're just in a different type of form. So that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, um Cody comes through all the time, Madison comes through all the time. Cody was there to tell me that my mom crossed over, so
Hmm.
they will give
That was so
messages.
cool.
Like, it's not,
Yes.
it's definitely something to pay attention to. I've done um, a couple of readings for, I'm not a medium too, not as um, accomplished as Sheri, but somebody's dog passed away, and they wanted to know if I had any, could feel them, and I did, and it was just like a human message. You know what? Thank you for an awesome life. I love you. I'll always be with you. I'm your angel. So because
Yep.
it's all about energy, and the soul is energy, they can communicate differently when they're on the other side than they were when, as a pet, where they would bark or meow or whatever. They could still get their message across. But yes, earthly, they do reincarnate. Pets do reincarnate.
So yes, they can. It's kind of like our souls. Sometimes yes, it does happen. It's not like a constant reoccurring thing, but yes, they can definitely reincarnate. So how do you spot the signs that your pets are trying to send you? So like we were just discussing, it is very very similar, just like your loved ones reaching out to you. It's very much the same way, like I was explaining, they communicate in heaven, they communicate to me as the medium, just like I communicate with your loved ones. So I've had some readings where I actually saw one of the ladies' cats. She jumped up on my table during the session, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this brown cat just jumped up on my table," and then she jumped off, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's my cat. My cat had passed away a couple of years ago during Christmas." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, so sweet." And then Bob's childhood dog, she came through, she or he, I'm sorry, I forgot. But Cinnamon came through just speaking like his mom was communicating, giving me visions, thoughts. I smelt Cinnamon first and then heard Cinnamon's name, and I thought it was just a soul here. I couldn't see Cinnamon, but they come through just like that. They communicate exactly like we do in the afterlife. And when we're in the afterlife as well, we can communicate so much more and so much deeper with our pets, whether you had a pet snake, a turtle, a horse, a hamster, a ferret, a cat, a dog, a bird. It is just absolutely incredible. So, how do we know it's a sign from our pet? Well, first of all, like I always said, like your loved ones, they will come to you, first of all, in your dreams. And it also, too, just like your loved ones, it depends on where your grief is at too. If you're in heavy grief, it may be a bit difficult for you to become aware of the signs. They could be sending you signs here and there as soon as they pass away, but you could be just so sad that you lost your pet that you're not able to pick up the signs. So we're going to go through a couple of signs that I have really noticed since I've been doing readings here, and some more besides dreams. And let me tell you, the dreams, they could be just wild and crazy dreams. But whenever we're asleep, our soul is taken off and going to different dimensions. We can communicate with our loved ones. So you'll know that it's a real dream because you will feel it. You will feel the emotion. You will feel your pet. You can maybe even smell the grass or smell the dirt around or smell the fresh air. Everything will be so colorful, and you will, like I said, you'll feel that emotion. You'll be excited, just like when you have a dream of your loved one. You will feel that excitement, or you may cry. You may feel a little bit upset, or like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much. I thought I was never going to see you again. So you may get really emotional. And then a lot of times we'll wake up and we're just overwhelmed. We're emotional. We're sad. Maybe we're crying sad tears or happy tears, but that's how you know that's a real visit from your pet or your loved one too. It's the same way. And I always say, write it down, because listen, life gets crazy. We get stressed out, busy, worried. We got, jobs going on, kids, whatever. Write it down, you guys. I have like notebooks upon notebooks of just notes and things that I have to, even as a medium, just write down and keep track of. But they're precious, precious moments, and I want you guys to be able to remember, these signs and these dreams and these visitations from your pets and your loved ones. Ooh, there's a REM pod going off. So excited. They're so excited you guys are here. All right, you may smell them. So besides the dreams, you may smell their scent. Like Madison, she was an indoor little dog, and I always had her bathe clean, and she had this it was like lavender vanilla dog cologne that it was like I would spray on her after you would give her a nice fresh bath. So I would get little whiffs of that every once in a while. And at first I just kind of dismissed it. I was like, what is that smell? And I didn't catch on. And then when I smelt it again a few months later, it clicked, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Madison. So you may smell them however they smelt. Maybe they smelt dirty or wet, or however maybe you smell their hay, or like the little wood chips that were in their cage. You could even have that scent, that smell, or even smell their food, the food that they used to eat. Just randomly, you might get that smell. Maybe you're out in the grocery store or at a gas station or just hanging out with your friends and family, and you all of a sudden just smell that. That really is them around you, just letting you know they're with you. All right. You may hear their name being called, or just randomly hear their name, or hear their bark or their meow, or even the way maybe some of your cats would scratch their scratching post. I've heard that. The way you may hear their purr every once in a while. Or even just seeing those like random flashes or shadows. Like you may see like an image of them flash right in front of you, or just see like a shadow, like a cat or a dog just went by. That is truly them, letting them know you definitely are not alone. They are right there with you. All right. Another way too is just simply feeling them, just like your loved ones. You may just feel them in the room, just out of nowhere. You may get a little bit emotional, think about them, and then you just feel like they're in the room with you. All right. You may even with that feeling feel their protection if you had a dog or a cat that would protect you or whatever pet you had. But if they were protective of you, they definitely will give you that feeling so you know it is them
Hey,
around you.
Sheri.
Yes.
Earthly Dreams has a question in the chat.
Oh, Earthly Dream says, if I want, hold on, let me see. Let's bring it up. If I want to apologize to my dog in heaven, can they hear me? He had passed away tragically, and I couldn't be there to protect him when it happened. Yes. All you have to do, Earthly Dreams, yes, you can. And let me tell you, if you weren't there for your pet when they passed away, they do not. And let me tell you, they don't hold that against you at all. It's not like they're going to come through and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you weren't there. They understand. They completely, just like our loved ones, they honestly, they don't even think about that. They're more concerned about you going through your grief and just letting you know that they truly are around and these are the signs. So simply telling them, just like you do when you talk to your loved ones, when you talk to your angels, your guides, to God, talk to them, say a prayer to them, just tell them, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. I'm sorry if you felt alone, which they don't feel alone, but we as humans, we feel that guilt, like, oh my gosh, I wasn't there. I can't, they probably are upset with me. And just know they're not upset. But to help you and them as well, you can just simply say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there when it happened. I'm sorry I felt like I couldn't protect you. And that in itself is so healing. Hi, Tony. How are you, Tony? Yes, absolutely. And they can hear you. Absolutely. And they will give, and even after you tell them that, give it a couple of days or a little bit and see if you end up receiving a sign from them. If you guys hear loud noise, my little one, he's in the other room. So, and here he comes. He may come in. All right. But yes, they will still come and protect you. Hi, honey. We're doing a live stream. And also too, you guys, what I want you to know is they
Hey, Alec.
they will send you say hi, honey. Hi. Hi. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Hi, Brian. How are you guys? Yeah, so you will feel them. Also, too, lastly, I wanted to let you know, like Bob did mention, but they will have a helping hand to guide you to another pet. I know it's so sad when we lose our pets. It really is. It's very devastating. And they want us to be happy and they don't want us to be feeling alone for the rest of our human lives. So they will help us, help guide us, whether it's within a year, or 6 months, or a few years, but they will help guide us to another pet. And you can also may feel their energy through that pet. And it doesn't necessarily mean your pet reincarnated into that new pet, but their energy will come through that pet to let you know that they are around and they will never leave you, and they don't forget. All right. We may forget sometimes. Hey babe, can you turn that off? Thank you. We may forget like as time goes on, but they don't forget us and they will send us these little subtle signs. Hold on. Thank you, babe. Thank you for your help. So, yes. Tony says, my sister's dog is almost dying. Oh, I'm so sorry, love. We're sending so much love to your sister's dog. And just know when it is their time to go, they are never alone as well. Your loved ones in heaven will come and surround them. They're angels, they're guides. They have a spiritual team just like we do. So they're never alone, and they will help their soul to transition over to heaven, to where they experience their transitional phase, the life review, just like we go through. And they're never alone, and they're with our loved ones in heaven. And heaven too, you guys, it's, remember, we're energy. So when we leave our body, when our soul goes back to heaven, we still look like what we look like. We're just in energy form. And we go to heaven, which is an energetic plane, an energetic dimension. And so the reason why heaven will look differently or sometimes very similar for our loved ones, for our pets even, is because, remember, we live, everything is in our mind. So what we like, what we want to create in this world, in this lifetime, we do through our thoughts, our visions, and the action we put into. And so that's how our heaven is, and that's how heaven is for your pets. Whatever, say they liked being outdoors in a big field in the green grass with trees, that's what they will show me when they come through sometimes, what that looks like for them and who they're around, just like your loved ones do. It's so fascinating. I love it. But most importantly, just like your loved ones, they want you to know they're okay. They're absolutely okay. And you will see them when it is your time to go back home. They will be every single pet you have had since you were born. You will see. They will come, they will comfort you, they will love you, they will be right there by your side. Even if you have a pet that's like Tony's sister's pet is passing away right now, you can send a little prayer to them, say a prayer over them, or simply say a prayer to their spiritual team to make sure, which they always make sure, but it's just that little bit of healing for us and them, that they are going to be okay and that they are going to be safe. And just know your pets, they don't carry, if they had cancer, if they lost a limb, or whatever they had going on here in the physical realm, all of that goes away in heaven. They don't deal with any of that, and they go back, just like we do, to our purest form, which is love, which is light, after they go through their transitional phase, that period, that life review. So yeah, I wanted to hop on here today along with Bob and just let you know all of this amazing information that I've been experiencing. Alec, please put those down. Thank you. He's over here lifting weights. But I wanted to share what I've been experiencing lately with channeling your pets. Well, your loved ones and your pets hopping on through. So, Alec, put those down. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm so grateful you guys hopped on here. I'm going to let you guys go because as you can see in the background, my little one, he's over here trying to lift weights and we don't want him to get hurt. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions and look out for these signs. Let me know if you experience any of these signs, and you make sure come add me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Also, if you guys would like to reconnect to your loved one, or if you would like psychic guidance, my link is up here in the bio or description here below, wherever you come across this video. Bob, you got anything? Good old Bob.
Nope.
Do you have anything you would like to say in closing? All right.
Nope,
And
it's
thank
all
you,
good.
Bob, for being here. And it was such a pleasure speaking to your mom and to Cinnamon and to Cody. And that was so cool that, you know, my dog came through as well. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to hop back on here after lunch. We'll do a channeled collective tarot message for you. But I hope this did help you guys and help bring some little bit of peace and comfort to you all. All right. So take care, TikTok. I will see you guys here after lunch in about an hour. Bye. All right, YouTube. I will see you guys here in about an hour with the collective message as well. Thank you guys again for showing up. And I hope these signs help you to spot for your pet who has passed away. And if you do need help, reach out. Again, my website. The link here is in the bio. I would love to see you for a session someday. All right. Thanks, Bob. Talk to you all
Welcome.
later.